So what we've done since you were here last week, we've obviously changed the big square hole to a round one. We've put the steelwork in for the show deck, we've cladded that with ply, we've put all the rings in for the internal drum revolve, the two scissor lifts for the drum revolve. We've levelled those at basement level, at stage level and at 3 metres out of the stage. And we've now found out that you can actually push them by hand, so there's about 20 tonnes worth of steel work down there at the minute that if you give it a good shove it will go. So we know that it will not only go down to the basement, turn round, it will come up to the stage level, it fits within the other revolves and it goes to its top limit. And now all we're doing is tying the tops together, then we can get the rest of the ply on top of the revolves that you see down there. So the precautions we had to take to get the scissor lifts in, they weigh about 3.5 tonnes each. So we had to put extra support underneath the ramp down to the load in, then hang two separate I-beams in the roof that span the load across all the main roof beams of the theatre. So we used a crane to get it off the back of a truck, then a Turfer cable to lower it down the ramp. Then we picked it up on motors to get it into the side stage area, then picked some separate motors, moved it across on trolley beams, dropped it down into the hole, pinned it together. So we have to start there. We started at 6 o'clock in the morning yesterday purely for the fact that we didn't want to be lifting great big things over people's heads as they were going into work. So it was a 6 till 6, but we managed to get everything down there. So again we're using that chain hoist system just to get the big bits of steel work to drop on the top there. So as you can see on the other side of the stage, we've got the two tops just ready to come down. The one that they're working on down there is the same as that one, only it's got its top steel plating. So you can just see by that gentleman's head right at the front, it's following that curved line. So that's kind of like the yin and the yang of the design when it's up and it's all covered in ply. So that's the top for that one. So now we get the second top in over the top of that one, which then we can lift them both up and make sure, you see this ring of steel work that's going around there at the moment, so we need to make sure that one clears that one, which then clears this one on the outside. So we need to be able to turn them all to make sure they're all perfectly circular. All of this which is laid onto a concrete slab which is like a ploughed field. So the way these winches, these are the drive winches for the floor, and then we call it a pinch system. So those two wheels grab a piece of metal on the bottom of the revolve, so it's always under equal loading as it's going round. It's never driven from just one place.